Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Sunday, January 28th, 2024. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and let's get started. So, nothing really happened on Friday. The S&P was down a few points, nothing really major. And there's not really a whole lot that has changed overall. Really, the pattern that I'm looking at right now, just from a wave structure, is this was our wave one. This is, let's say, the larger wave three that ended here. And this is the 4, and now we're just making another 5 waves up. So here you can say 1, 2, and either, this is 3, 4, 5, or if that's, let's say that's the bearish case, because we have the bearish divergences in place. So from there, that would be saying that we either made the top, or we're just going to test it again and start down. And as I've been saying, for the type of move that we've made so far, seeing a 50 or a 62% retracement really would fit the profile more, just because, this is really an unheard of move. And as I've been saying, there's no catalyst for it. They're pricing in 6 rate cuts for the S&P from the Fed, but the Fed is, telling them we're only doing 3. One of the things that I've been following and pointing out to you guys is what oil is doing, and it's starting to creep back in on the 80 level. And if it gets through that, then we're going to be heading up towards the 90s. And again, oil is probably the number one reason for inflation. And if the Fed wants to try to taper things down, they're meeting this week. This is probably why I thought we've just been kind of stuck in this little range right here. Nobody's really expecting them to do anything right now, but if the Fed's going to try to control things right now, because I think they feel it slipping out of their fingers, they're going to try to talk things down from here, and from there be able to try to bring inflation down to where they want it. But as I said, with gold going in the opposite direction, it's not an easy task for them. So to try and put a little pin in this nonstop rally of almost over 800 points, maybe they start talking it down and just letting the market do the job for them. Interest rates have done that for them as far as rates coming down, but they're starting to go back up again. So I think a lot of people that were just assuming everything, that the Fed's going to be very kind to the market, I think we'll find out what's going to happen this week, because they're meeting this week. I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, their normal meetings, but it's it's a matter if they're going to start talking things down and start setting the expectation. Even if as I said, right now the street is pricing in 6 cuts right now of over I think it's over 2%. So the thing is, if they get the street to just cut their number in half and get more in line with what they're doing, how much of the market is going to have to be repriced into it, because they're cutting their expectations in half, meaning that they're not doing what the Fed is saying they're going to do. They're doubling that. And if it's doubled, is it going to be 50% of this rally that has to be removed? So I don't know. We'll find this all out soon enough. And I have no control over what the Fed's going to do. But just from a technical view, we have these bearish divergences on the daily chart. As I said, from just a wave structure, it's either 1, 2, and we finished 3 here, and now what happens is we're making a smaller wave 4, like in this area. So the way it would look is 1, 2, then we have 3. And now we're consolidating, making this 4, and we're going to have a 5 up. But whether it's that or it's the wave structure that I pointed out, where we already made the 3, we already made the 4, and now we're in this last. It's either this was the wave 5, or we have one more push up to make the wave 5. But as I said, once that completes, if it's going to be Elliott Wave 101. This is your wave 5 of 5, and we're really looking at a move that could take the S&P anywhere from the 4,500 down to the 4,400. And, if we're looking for a catalyst, maybe it will be the Fed. We have to wait and see. But as I said, even if they're able to bring the street down to what they're actually saying they're going to do, how much of the 6 rate cuts are being priced, that are already priced into this market? And if that's the case, and now they have to bring it back down to 3, that's where I'm saying things could get a little hairy, and I believe that I don't think there's going to be any big bets being made until that decision comes out. So support wise, what the Bears need to do, they still need to get it below this 48.64 down to let's by the time it gets there, it's going to be anywhere from the 48.53 up to this like price support at 48.65. If they take this out, we have this little base right here at 48.44, but then from there we're going all the way down into the 4800. It's a gap there, and then from that point now we start looking at these lows. So I think this week is going to give us a lot of information that we've really been waiting for. But we have these bearish divergences on the hourly chart, we have bearish divergences on the 15-minute chart, and we have bearish divergences on the daily. The NIAID that I've been showing, it moved up, but it's still in a sell signal, and the put call ratio is still down at very, very complacent levels, and we have stocks above the 50-day moving average that are well below their previous highs as the S&P's gone up. So there's a lot of red flags out there right now. We're getting into some of the big areas as far as catalysts for it that could be this week. I think if the Bears lose that, then they're going to probably have to wait a little bit until what's going to be the next catalyst at hand. And there's a lot of landmines out there, but so far the Bulls have been able to skate it through this landmine form and not stepped on anything. But the more people that crowd this area, the likelihood of someone stepping onto those landmines is running pretty high. And like I said, this week will be a catalyst. We have to wait and see what happens. And with that, let's just see what plays out tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.